Welcome back to ESBR Boxing's YouTube channel. It's me, Niall, just here giving a quick preview for this Sunday's clash in the bantamweight division from the Ariake Coliseum in Japan as the rising Japanese sensation Tenshin Nasukawa puts his unbeaten record on the line against Victor Santillan. Of course, the co-main event to the huge bantamweight unification bout between other Japanese fighters, Junto Nakatani and Ryosuke Nishida, unifying the WBC and IBF titles. But yeah, tension, as I say, 6-0, looking to make it 7-0 against Victor Santillan. And yeah, tension is he's destined for the top, to be quite honest with you. Of course, transitioning over from kickboxing, where he's an absolutely phenomenal kickboxing talent. And I won't go into what a lot of people kind of first knew him for. We know the Floyd Mayweather debacle, that absolute circus. But who would have thought it that, he would Tension would transition then beautifully into boxing and be what's looking like be on a fast track to a world title. To be quite honest with you, with the performances that he's putting on and how he's improving fight by fight, you know he, starting off in his boxing career, of course, he did have weaknesses. Defensive weaknesses, a bit sloppy at times, which is understandable. Transitioning from the kickboxing world, but he's just improved fight by fight, and that was no more so on display than last time out. We highlighted that against former world champion Jason Maloney, of course, from Australia. Supposed to be a big test for Tenshin, still young in his professional boxing career, and Tenshin made it look like Maloney didn't even belong in the same ring as him. Beautiful performance, so fluid, so quick, beautiful footwork, sharp combinations, technically so solid. Of course, a southpaw as well, and yeah, it was a career best performance. Absolutely punch perfect performance from Tenshin Nasukawa against Maloney last time out. Um, I expected Tenshin to win that fight, but I expected Maloney to give him an awful lot more problems than he ended up giving him. Um, there's no shame in that for Maloney. It's just a phenomenal performance from Tenshin. As I say, punch perfect, and he's improving fight by fight, which is such a good thing to see. And last time out, as I say, which was the pinnacle of that. But he has Victor Santillan this time out, another decent fighter in his own right. Is it a step up from Maloney? I'm not so sure, to be honest with you, but Victor Santillan is a good fighter. Of course, one defeat on the record to Sho Ishida, another Japanese fighter, in a very close fight. He felt very hard done by in that Victor Santillan and absolutely could have got the decision there in that one. Would have had no real complaints if he got the decision in that. And Sho Ishida himself is a top fighter. So yeah, Santillan is no pushover by any means. Has a lot of kind of positive attributes. He's aggressive, volume puncher. Will keep the pressure on his opponents. Puts his shots together well. Spiteful body puncher, southpaw as well, of course. So yeah, Santian is not to be totally slept on here in this one. To be quite honest with you, does he have enough in him to derail tension? I'm not sure. I don't think he does. Not a huge puncher. 5 knockouts in 14 wins, I believe it is his record. But he definitely can't be taken lightly. He'll put the pressure on tension. He'll do. His style is what probably is needed against the attention Nasukawa. Put the pressure on, get on his chest, bang away to the body with quick, spiteful combinations. Just don't let up, don't take your foot off the gas against him. But as I say, I don't think he has the power or the kind of the IQ or the footwork to kind of be able to pin down tension cleverly enough for the duration of this fight. I really don't, and there's no shame in that. As I say, Tenshin Nasukawa is a future world champion in my opinion, absolute superstar, and can improve on so much every fight. Yeah, and I just think his footwork here will be telling. His use of the angles against Santian coming in, setting traps. superior hand speed, getting in and out of danger at the right times, not getting caught with his back against the ropes, not getting caught in the corner. Yeah, I just think he's too well rounded and too clever, too quick for Victor Santillan. Yeah, and I think he wins the decision. As I say, Santillan has won defeat, a very disputed decision loss to Shawashida. So I can't see Tenshin kind of stopping him. Not a big puncher, Tenshin, two KOs in 6 wins, but I think he wins a relatively wide decision. Maybe a few shaky moments early on, but his class shines through and his discipline and his speed and his footwork and everything else shines through to win the decision. Yeah, so the question then would be kind of what's next if he was to get past Santian. There's a lot of fascinating options, of course. Bantamweight dominated by Japanese fighters. You've got in the co-main, as I mentioned, Nakatani and Nishida. I'd expect Nakatani to come through that one. Check out our final predictions for that one on the channel, dropping over the next couple of days. Before the fight, the day before the fight, tension. It's a bit soon for a talk of a Nakatani fight, in my opinion. Let him improve, let him grow more as a fighter before we kind of see that. Yeah, Risuke Nishida, Yoshiki Takai, Seiya Satsumi, Takuma Inoue. There's a lot of fascinating domestic matchups there from, and outside of Nakatani, why can't he kind of win most of them or win all of them? Nakatani is just on a planet on his own at the minute, but very favourable matchups there. Against his fellow countrymen for Tenshin Nasukawa if he comes through Victor Santillan this Sunday. But I suppose that's for post-fight discussion as to what'll be next there. Has to do the job first on Sunday against a very capable and dangerous opponent in Victor Santillan. And yeah, that was just my quick preview for Tenshin and Santillan at the Ariake Coliseum in Japan this Sunday. Of course, co-main to the huge bantamweight unification fight between Nakatani and Nishida, I beg your pardon. So, yeah, let us know what you think in the comments. Are you looking forward to the return of Tenshin Nasukawa? How do you see this going? Does Santiago give him more problems than I've given him? I think he will. Let us know what you think. As always, get involved down below. Please drop a like on the video. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at ESBR Boxing and follow us on all social media. And until next time, take care.